Hey guys, this is Liam the Lemony Bard, and today I have something special in store for you all. A friend of mine over at Loco Mag, which you should totally check out, link in the description, asked me to do a video about the hands of musicians for their theme of Hand in Hand. I jumped at the chance, and here's what I came up with. Musicians have entertained us all throughout history. Regardless of genre, regardless of style, the human race has been united in the enamoration of organized sound for centuries. And unless a musician is a vocalist, which is a legitimate musical discipline by the way, or one of those amazing instrumentalists who play with their feet, musicians of all types have been using their hands to make music for as long as recorded history can remember. That being said, how much do a musician's hands really have to do with their success in their career in general? Let's start with some classics, shall we? It's interesting to note something about a lot of Western art music, aka classical music, composers. What do Bach, Paganini, Liszt, Pascoli, Beethoven, Mozart, Mendelssohn, Rachmaninoff, Mahler, Vaughan Williams, and Bernstein have in common? None of them were known primarily for being composers in their time, or at all, at least at first. Well, maybe Mozart, but only partially. They were known either for being great instrumentalists or great conductors. Hell, the only reason Bach is considered one of the greatest composers of all time nowadays, and not just remembered as another great organist, is because Mendelssohn had a piece of his performed, and then we started to realize that Mozart took a huge influence from him, and then we found the Brandenburg Concertos, and we were like, wow, this Schumann guy is really cool, and then we found... Okay, never mind, I gotta start it over. Hell, the only reason Bach is considered one of the greatest composers of all time nowadays, and not just remembered as another great organist, is because Mendelssohn has a piece of his performed, and then we started to realize that Mozart took a huge influence from him, and then we found the Brandenburg Concertos, and then we're like, wow, this Johann guy is really cool, and then he became number one on the New York Times list of the greatest composers of all time, etc., etc. Okay. Yeah. Of course, a good use of the hands does not a famous composer make. Sometimes, the opposite can have the same effect. I mean that in relation to the composer Robert Schumann. Composition was not Schumann's main focus at first. He wanted to be a great pianist, like Liszt. With this goal in mind, he was discouraged by the length of his fingers, which he considered too short. Thus, he thought it a brilliant idea to build a basic contraption that acted as a sort of rack for his fingers. This did not end well. With his fingers permanently damaged by the insane idea, Schumann focused on composition and became one of the most recognizable composers of all time. What does all of this have to say for modern musicians and musicians throughout time? Musicians have been using their hands since basically forever. Whether it's for playing, writing, DJing, even sometimes to help singing, we as musicians use them all the time. So, regardless of finger length, we all have a hand or two, or a foot or two, to lend to music. And that, my friends, is a beautiful thing. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Lemony Bard at youtube.com/user/MusiruneProductions. Or, you'll probably be on YouTube if you're seeing this, or maybe you won't be, and then you can just look up the Lemony Bard and you'll find me probably. And please go check out the awesomeness that is Loco Mag if you haven't already. Thanks for watching. This is Liam the Lemony Bard signing off. Bye-bye.